Bonjour les enfants.
Bonjour, Mademoiselle King.
Il fait froid.
Il fait froid.
Assez frío.
Assez frío.
It's cold.
It's cold.
Très bien.
Très bien.
Muy bien.
Muy bien.
Very good.
Very good.
And she also encourages student civic engagement and attention to public issues all the time. And her morning messages, which she writes to her kids every day and are in the hallway, are at this point like a school-wide phenomenon because everybody wants to see what she's written about. And her whole classroom is themed around Obama and democracy and children pushing themselves forward.
Let's talk a little bit about Obama's news. Today he is in St. Louis, Missouri, and he's talking with a group of people and having a campaign about, can you guess what he's campaigning about right now? Healthcare, that's exactly right. So we've been following this all along. What are some things that Obama wants in his healthcare reform? And make sure you speak up. Tamia?
He wants, like when someone goes to the hospital or doctor, he don't want them to wait because it costs a lot of money to go to the hospital or doctor.
To go to the emergency room, that's right. And then what else do we know? Tyrese?
He wants everyone to have insurance.
Yes, that's right.
The other biggest things I would say I've seen with Julia is she really encourages homeschool communication. She puts Post-its. She has her parents of her children write words of encouragement or words of feedback on their students' test every week, and then she laminates them and puts them on the wall outside her classroom.
I think that it makes my parents feel much more welcomed in my classroom this year because they can point to where they are contributing. And then, most importantly, I have a place to write down what objective we're working on. And it's so clear and big and organized, and my students know to look up here at the start of a lesson, and I know to constantly be referring back to that so that I'm staying focused on what is it that I plan to teach and assess during this 20 minutes. So I'm constantly readjusting whether or not I will use the color chart for them or whether I'll implement a different behavior system. The larger goal is to go to college, but I find that with my students they need to have something to invest in that day. And so that's, are you going to get a sticker? Have you done what you need to get a sticker for that tracker so that you can get an 80%? Are you reading clearly so that your fluency can improve? And are you working as hard as you need to work on the I-step? I am now going to give you your final quiz. Remember that if you get 80% or higher, that means that you're going to get your sticker on your chart. However, my students I knew weren't using Accelerated Reader or reading the same quality and quantity of books as other classrooms. And so one of the ways that I've improved this is by having a tracker for guided reading and clear incentives tied to if you get a 70% or higher mastery on a quiz. Then every week we act out the word, and it really helps us incorporate the vocabulary into our own language. Our brains are growing, and we talked about malleable intelligence at the beginning of the year and then watched the sponge grow and talked about how our brains will grow as well. And our goal is for our brains to grow 1.5 years, which we far exceeded last year.
Sponge is in the water, and we watched her there grow, and we made a bet that our brains would grow just like that on our tests.
All of these supplies are grant money that we received this year using Donors Choose, and we make our own curriculum for reading, and with my grade level partners we plan everything around a novel.
You look at this, you know how turtles, they take slow steps. Like kids, we take slow steps to college, to high school, to middle school, and we keep going and never give up.